guys, today we're going to be doing another question and answer, and I've been looking at them and they're pretty good answers, so let's just get right at it and start. Josh6 asks, what's your favorite feature of Highrise? My favorite feature of Highrise, I think, would be the building feature where, well, back then you'd have to, when you wanted to make things higher, you'd have to stack blocks on top to get them higher, but now you just press two buttons and then you can go vertically or horizontally, and I think that's a very good feature that they added because it's helped a lot of builders. You also ask if you could change Highrise. If you could change Highrise, what would you change? I'm not sure what I would. Nothing that comes off of my mind right away. But I'm pretty sure that there's some like minor things that could be changed. But other than that, yeah. Chloe Lauder asks, what old Highrise features would you want to bring back? Some old features would be like every month grabs. I know I wasn't there when they did every month grabs. I came when they had grabs that didn't have legendaries. They were just, some grabs didn't have legendaries. I know, which is shocking. But I feel like that was a good thing because then people could save up and then the events. It was good that they didn't make events for, I think it was a week or two, because it helped people come back up and save more gold. Triumphant asks, if you saw a cat drowning on your way to work, would you stop and save the cat? But this means you lose your job. You'll lose your job, or ignore the cat and don't lose your job. Well, first of all, I'm not really a cat person, but I feel like I would try to save it. Depends on the job, because the job is like extremely hard, and I've worked very hard to get for it. It might be difficult. Like, a question like this is difficult. Like, it's an animal. This is basically like a morality test. And I'm not really sure. It kind of depends. Like, if the cat's old as heck and it's gonna die in a couple months, then not to agree, but not gonna. But if my job's like extremely high paying, I'm not gonna want to destroy that job and have to find another one. Josh6 asks, if you were making the next event, what would it be? The next event would be not sure. Like, I couldn't come off. Maybe like the best maze. We need to have a next maze building contest, because I will definitely join if there's a maze building contest. Yep, I'm all for it. Wow, yeah. Awesome Ellie, I think that's how you pronounce it, asks, if you were to design a grab, what would be the grab design? I don't really have a grab design in my mind right now, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe something more modern or futuristic. Like, we've already had a robot grab and like tech punk, like kind of futuristic, but maybe if we had like a more like sci-fi kind of futuristic, that would be very helpful. Lars1 asks, if you owned Highrise, would you make buying gold cheaper or more expensive? I think I would lower it. Not a lot, not by half. I think I lower it by like 25%, because you guys have to realize, like, Highrise to run is not free. Like, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you guys may not know of that costs a lot. That's why some of the gold prices are so expensive. Chloe Lauder asks again, what new feature would you add to Highrise? A new feature I would add to Highrise would be that so that you can edit in crew rooms if you're not in that crew, because if someone wants to help you, you can't edit if you're not in that crew room, which is kind of frustrating. Binder Clip asks, if you could, would you be a mod? Recently, yes, I would have answered yes, for sure I would want to be a mod. But to think of it, there's not that much benefit of being a mod. Like, sure, you can go into locker rooms if they're not open yet, or sure, you can do this and that, you could ban people. But, like, then your level of responsibility, then you can't enjoy Highrise for what it is anymore. You have to worry about all like the fighting, the comments, and all the not the technical stuff, but the stuff that we don't have to deal with if we're not Highrise mods. Kitty Flawless asks, if you could change one thing about Highrise, what would it be? I would change, not strongly agree, but I somewhat agree to the fact that when we got the storefront, that so much, like, since when Highrise turned into like the kind of like Twitter and Instagram, that was not the best thing because now it allows to at the beginning when your pictures could go on to explore, people were posting dick pics and other pics like that that were inappropriate, and that's why they took a feature away. And like, I feel like if we didn't have this feature in total, maybe Highrise wouldn't be as popular, but then there wouldn't be so many fights. Because the reason why people can just post on Explorer or post and say rude things, and then and they could stay there. But the old Highrise, you couldn't do that. You'd have to go into a room, and if the person was in the room, they'd just be kicked. So there's both up and downs. But other than that, I think Highrise is doing pretty well. Sizzy Boy asks, "What's your biggest regret in Highrise?" I think one of my biggest regrets was selling my cloudy hat because I kind of like it now. I miss it, but I'm so happy with what I got because I got my tuxedo top out of it. But I'm kind of really happy I did that. But I'm also happy and sad. I'm happy and sad at the same time. Cambria 888 899. I mean asks, what's your dream event? I'm not really sure about my dream event. I know that this is not my favorite event out of them all. This is, I think, one of my least favorite events, except for the part where you can buy 30 free spins for 4.5 gold, but only once per day. Make sure you check it out. It's in like the event shop or something. You make sure you check it out. It's very good. Like, I got the flower crown because I had 60 free spins. It took me like 60 free spins, but it was still worth it than me spinning 60 times for 200 instead of spinning 30 times for 9,000 gold. Like, there's a good difference. Caitlin K20 asks, "What's your favorite? What's your favorites grab on here? It can be old or new." I said of like I think on every single one of my videos, I don't have a specific favorite grab. I just have a particular one from each one. Let's see for another one. Josh6 asks again, "What was the worst trade you've ever done on Highrise?" Like I said, my cloudy hat was the worst. Not the worst trade. The worst trade I trade was when I was scammed. I traded my cloudy hat for a Hugh Hefrobe. Don't ask. Just don't ask. Sophia G asks, "If you had the chance to change anything on Highrise, what would it be?" I think I would change. I think I would have times where, like during the holidays or something, taxes would be free. Like taxes on gold would be free, so you wouldn't have to pay 550 for a 500 bar. Like when we first got the bars, they were tax free for for a month or two. I think like bringing that back every once in a while would be very good because then people would buy gold and then buy more gold. Abby11 asks, "What's the best advice for new players / because of your items? Do you ever think friends use you?" Some friends might, but the best advice is to not like when you first start out, you might think, "Oh my god, everyone's like so much higher than me." But best thing is when I started building. I don't really. But I think I first started off when I watched an ad, which is kind of pretty lucky, and I got angel wings. I sold them for 9,500 gold. But I mean, like going to pageants is the best way, or making sure you repost giveaways because those are two very chanceful. I'm not sure if chanceful is a word, but you have a very high chances of getting them. I don't know why I'm moving my hand so much, but I just feel like talking a lot. Jessica Lee 17 asks, "What was the first item you spun from a grab?" The first grab I ever spun was a Heart Seeker grab, I believe, and I believe on my first or second spin, I got one of the epics. Can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been the pin, but I'm not 100% sure. Julie Baby asks, "What inspires you to create Highrise YouTube videos?" I feel like helping people and like, so like I said in my last video, like some people are visual and like auditory, not auditory, but people like to like learn better when they listen. So these are one of the things that if you don't, when you have difficult reading, like learning something from reading it, this way helps much better. Adrian Styles says, "What is your most wanted item?" My most wanted item was my. Oh, really? I'm not gonna say that because then it's gonna cause issues. The best trade I ever did was a pink bear head for bunny ears and queen's crown. I don't have the queen's crown anymore, so don't ask me. But that was my one of my best trades because, well, I really wanted black ears, and that's how I got them. Alexis246 asks, "How did you react when you got verified?" I think I was very happy when I got verified because I was really happy that they verified me for doing YouTube videos. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nuifin? I don't know. If you have the ability to change the name of Highrise, what would it be? What would you name it? I'm not sure. I think Highrise is a pretty good name. It's very different. Steel Crow asks, "What was the hardest thing? What was the hardest thing you have met in your way to riches?" I'm not sure if that makes sense, but my hardest thing was giving stuff away that I really liked, but I had to sacrifice to get other stuff. Lawrence asks, "Is it me who you've been looking for?" Maybe. Cambry asks, "What's your dream item?" My dream item, which I already have, is my black bunny ears. So that looks like most of them. I'm going to check on the other ones and see if I have any more questions. I don't know why they're stomping up there. But yeah, there's no more. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see more, don't forget to PM me because that's the easiest way. And if you have any extra ideas, don't forget to PM me. And I will see you later, guys.